What's going on, guys? Woo! It's going to be a good one. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, my goodness. We've been behaving here at the shop, so we may have to misbehave tonight. We're going to say hi to some people. Kelly is at work, so we're going to say hi to everybody. Patty A, first in the house. Thank you for being here. Patty's out there working on her van. Loving it, loving it. Crystal Lagringa in the house. Good to see you, my friend. That dinette thing that slides out is pretty cool. Not sure how that would work in a smaller van, but it's absolutely cool. So I'm sure that that'll start popping up in builds before you know it. Jane is in the house. Good to see you, Jane. Jane and Patty, Gracie, everybody hanging out, talking, waiting for the show. Gracie saying hi to everybody. Let's see here. Scrolling. Surfing Dodo's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. How's the weather out there in California, ladies? And scrolling. It's them guys hanging out. Man, can you believe that awesome, colorful roof in that gal's van? We're going to be talking about that tonight. 75 degrees here. Woo! It got in the 60s today, and it got nice. We had the heater on in the shop this morning, turned it off this afternoon, and it's nice in the shop. It was warm. I said, I got to go outside. It's hot in here. All right. All good here. Let's see here. We missed you on Sunday, Jane. We had a good Patreon live. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 10 people, maybe 11. It was a good group. They listened to me whine a lot about life out here at the shop. I share a little bit more on Patreon than I do here. That way they get a little perk. They also get pictures and stuff a little bit early. So loving that. Diane is in the house. Good to see you, Diane, with one N, one E, one apostrophe S. Mona's in the house. Good to see you, Mona. And just got done watching Mona's video on the Civil War little museum area that she went to see. Say hi. Lorena's in the house. Good to see you, Lorena. Those were good pictures. Roller skating out there. Be careful. I remember roller skating. You hit a rock and you go flying. That is not fun. Not fun at all. Mary's in the house. Good to see you, Mary. Jane's getting a ceiling tomorrow. It's all paint. Jane's ceiling is all painted. It's not painted. It's polyurethane. It's stained and polyed on one side, polyed on another side, and I believe it's going up tomorrow because it is all done. The floor is in. Let's see here. Sharon is in the house from California. Good to see you. Bill and Floss. Good to see you guys. All right, guys, I'll hurry it up. Magnificent Germany. Darian is in the house. Heidi, it's great to finally catch your live rather than the replay. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm struggling with my new hat. I'm going to show you my new hat in just a minute. I want it on somebody else's show. All right, guys. I'm still in Yumo area waiting for parts. Deborah is in the house. Good to see you, Deborah. Tim is in the house. Good to see you, Tim. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in here patiently waiting the eclipse. Every time I see Tim, I think of the eclipse. But we are patiently waiting the eclipse. We've got a couple people signed up to stay here during the eclipse. We had a pause in our harvest hose. Or not a harvest hose, but our hip camp, and that is all back and going again. All that drama is over. Hip camp, listen to me. We're back up and running. And Desert Deb is in the house. Good to see you. But I'm going to give you guys a well update real quick because the more people I can have praying out there, the better. This is going on 2 weeks ago. I had a well dug. And the water has been nonstop running for at least 5 days. And it's been running, thousands of gallons of water. 7,200 gallons a day is what it's possible of. We've had it running for the last 5 days. Several days before that, off and on, solid for the first couple of days. We still do not have clear water. So if anybody in this chat knows more about wells than my well guy, because I think he's disappointed, I'm sure, and probably tired of hearing from me. He said, let it run for a week and see how it goes. Thursday will be a week. So if it's not clear on Thursday, he'll be hearing from me. We got to get water out here. Folk of the forest in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Tommy is in the house. Mary Jones in the house. Good to see you guys. So, anyway, guys, if I had to guess, if I had a very non-educated guess, I'm going to say we're going to be done with Les and Bernadette's van. I say that they will be moving stuff in on Sunday. Now, when I say on Sunday, I do want an asterisk by that, because every now and then someone at Midwest Van Builders, it hasn't happened yet until today, but every now and then someone has a little boo-boo and gets a little owie and needs a nurse. So I'm picking on Les. Poor Les. Anybody that's been in construction, working with wood, knows this feeling. He was drilling and it slipped and he embedded the Craig bit into his hand. And I was in here making my thumbnail and they came in here. Les needs a nurse. Les needs you. And I went out there. And the funny thing is, he just kind of showed it to me real quick. And I kid you not, like you're never supposed to do as a nurse. But I was like, oh, that's kind of deep. So anyway, we soaked it. He soaked it in, scrubbed it in soapy water. He's got some steri strips on it. And it'll be what it'll be. His hand modeling days are not over. So everybody is saying, ouch, and oh no, Les. That poor guy. We pick on him pretty good here, but we gave him some slack today. I did talk to him and said, can I share your little owie? Because I know you guys like to hear this kind of stuff. What really goes on at the shop. But yeah, so he's all fixed up. And I'll tell you, he waited a long time in the build to get a day off. I'm like, if he wanted a day off, we could have given him a day off. Kenneth Oaks in the house saying hi to everybody. Kenneth, thank you for sharing out the live stream. I appreciate you. Battle scars. Now, see, in his old van, after they built it, I don't know the whole story, but he ended up, you guys know what those little cup hooks are? They're like brass cup hooks. He ended up with one in his head and actually had to go to get that removed or to get stitches and what have you. So he's not even moving in and he's gonna get a battle wound. So plus, okay, it's out there. Plus, he had a small cut on his other hand, and then he hit his hand on the shower wall. And he kind of got maybe a bruised bone. And I kind of heard him talking about it yesterday. But me and Les were in the van today, and I was measuring or scribing something, and his hand was up there. And the triage nurse in me said, let me see your hand. And I could see a reddened area. And so Cindy, Wondering Meemaw, is here. And I said, would you get me a marker? And I marked it. And so we've got him soaking 3-4 times a day in warm Epsom salt. I don't think it's from the bruise from knocking his hand real hard. I think there's a splinter right where he cut it. I think there's something there. And when your body has something foreign going on that it's not used to or doesn't like, it will try to fight that off. Like, that's why we want to run a fever for a little bit. The body will notice that something's wrong and try to fight it on its own. So his body is reacting to something that's in his hand. And so we've got him soaking that. And we're going to do our very best to keep him out of urgent care and out of Poplar Bluffs. Um, no infection on Jonnie's watch. I'm telling you, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. And okay, here we go. Raw honey, natural antibiotic and healer. There you go. I don't know about rubbing his hand all in honey. Bernadette will be in there kissing his fingers, getting that honey off. You might have to wrap him in bubble wrap. We've got 4 more days left. I think he's going to behave. I think we've got some cool projects going on right now. I'm not going to kid you. We saved I'm going to say 5, the 5 hardest and coolest projects until last. Anybody that's got a van, like one of the bigger vans, above the sliding door area, it's always kind of like, what do I want to do with that area? Les had free reign, and he really did a good job. He made himself a nice little cabinet up there, turned out perfect. While he was working on that, I did a nightstand for Bernadette. And I'm going to tell you, it's cool. And then we also made something else, which we're not going to share with you guys until the tour. And so the last 3 projects, one of them is just the attic area. And that's what Les got hurt on. And the other 2 are secrets. Patreons will find out first, and then y'all will find out during the tour. There will be no more videos of Les and Bernadette's van until the tour. I did have a van up here, a transit that I built out completely. I'm trying to get a tour on that, hoping that she's going to be back around here so I can do a tour on that. And then Cindy, I already know for a fact Cindy will let me do a tour of hers. And Cindy is actually doing her own build with a little bit of guidance in my shop. And she did all the staining on those boards. I hung it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Instagram or check out my Facebook. There are pictures on Facebook and Instagram of her ceiling, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If I can dream it, Jonnie can create it. You guys don't know some of the behind the scenes things, but Bernadette throughout this build has been notorious for building and creating in her sleep. I'm pretty sure the story goes, I'm going to share this with you guys. We'll probably share it on the tour. I'm pretty sure the story goes, Les really wanted this super high van because he's 6'4". There was a few things with it that he wanted. The big van was number 1. So I think Bernadette kind of got the okay to design the build. And so Bernadette has worked overtime and then some during her sleep, during her coffee time, creating. And it was not uncommon in the very beginning stages for Bernadette to say, get your coffee, come sit down. And I knew that she was up all night building her van in her sleep. So, down to the wire here, we've been kind of collaborating on some things that I knew she wanted so that we could create them. And but I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that she's been getting a little bit more sleep recently because we're almost done. So I don't even know what that is. Is Debbie Conan in the house? I gotta say hi. Hello, everyone. I almost forgot it was Tuesday. I came in during medical talking. Ooh, oh, Les is okay. Les is okay. Les is okay. Jonnie Lightning in the house. Good to see you. Jonnie Lightning, I got my hat that I won on Charlie Grace's, and it says something on it. It says, every day is an adventure. Amen to that, especially at Midwest Van Builders. Bernadette saying truth. I'll tell you what, when she gets her mattresses and she gets to sleep in this van for the first time, and she reaches over next to her, and I can't say any more on that, but she is going to sleep well. I know that she is going to crash like a baby when they get to sleep in that van. Crafty Traveler in the house. Good to see you, Lonnie. Lynn is in the house. Bernadette and I have that in common. I'm drawing and dreaming and dreaming and drawing every day. That's so cool. That's so cool. That is so cool. So that's Les and Bernadette's van. And once they get this van done, then we're going to do just a couple of cleanup items with maybe some wiring or something on Atlas, their first van. And then that thing is they're going to try to get rid of that to a really, really, really good, just a little, a little poke in the hand, a little poke in the hand. I'll tell you what, it is a little poke in the hand, but anybody that's done that where it slips, I mean, you're applying pressure. And when that slips and goes into your hand, oh my gosh, I'll tell you, if you're in construction, this is the number one. You're holding the screw with two fingers and you're trying to do it, and the drill bit goes into your finger. So been there, done that more than on one occasion. So yeah. Gracie, can you pin that? I can. Hey guys, this is Derek's hospital address. I will pin that. Guys, it won't let me pin it. Oh, it won't, I bet it'll let me pin it over here. It'll let me pin it on YouTube. There you go. Guys, let's swarm. I heard this on Tanya's live stream yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Let's swarm Derek with get well cards. Let's do it. Let's do it. Derek's hospital address. Yeah, let's do it. Let's send him some cards, guys. Hey, Les, no more boo-boos, right? No more boo-boos. Gracie is on top of it. That's awesome. That's awesome, because there's nothing better than snail mail. I got some in the mail. Got a little gift package when I won this. I got a couple of extra things when I won this. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll have to get them. We'll have to get some cards en route. Been there, done that too many times. Amen. 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 All right, guys, I can't tell on mine, but I'm not sure how many thumbs up there are. YouTube loves it when you guys give it a thumbs up. It helps them push it out, and it is much appreciated. Just more booze. Yep, more boo-boos. I'll tell you, I don't know. I guess a little gray goose would help with that. Little gray goose might take that owie away for a little bit. Oh man. So guys, so then we talked about Les and Bernadette's van. We talked about Cindy's van. I told them, I said, they were out there working. And I said, 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes till show. They're all out there still working. And so Jane's van. So those of you guys that don't know, the next van in the bay is Jane's from New York. She's got a Ford Transit, medium roof. It is a 148. She came up last year for the meetup. I put a vent fan in for her. She has got her wiring. I've got all of her wiring done. Her DC wiring done. I've got all the furring strips up on the ceiling, on the floor. It's insulated. We've got the subfloor down, screwed down, marine adhesive down, and she is ready for the vinyl flooring, which I have in the shop. She is going to have the same flooring that Les and Bernadette have. And Lynn, thank you so much. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. You hit me with that so many times. I'm going to try and find that little panda. I know you guys want to see the panda. All right, panda time, they said. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Lynn. The pretty roof is Cindy's. That is Wandering Meemaw, and it's super cool. It is super cool. Panda rules. Panda time. Panda. All right, guys. Everybody loves the panda. So anyway, Jane's van is ready for that, and anybody in here have a Ford Transit? Anybody in here with a Ford Transit? I'm gonna throw a question out here and see if anybody else has had this problem. Tim is in the house. Thanks for coming in, Tim. Appreciate you being here. Um, super cool number two. Super cool number two. Lynn is super cool number one. Not me, not me. Transit high roof 250. All right. Hopefully you don't have this problem already, but Ava's in the house. Good to see you, Ava. I'm gonna check this real quick in case it's one of my kids. Oh, I gotta tell you about my kids still. Um, Jack has a YouTube channel. Okay. So this is what's going on. Maybe there's not a lot of Ford Transits in the house, but Jane got a battery jumper, and the reason, part of the reason why she got it was to have for her, emergency roadside kit. But she's had, I think, twice so far to jump her van. Now, this is what happened to me the other day. And I don't know if it's a safety mechanism on the Ford Transit or if maybe there's an issue with the battery. And I'm sure Jane's like, why are we talking about this on the live stream? Because I just thought of it. And you weren't there on Sunday. But she had to jump it en route, and I haven't had to jump it. It's been starting fine. I've moved it in and out of the shop several times. The other day, we moved it out so that I could turn it around and pull it in. We were putting the floor together, that kind of stuff. That's what we did. We pulled it out so we could trace the floor pattern. So I started it, pulled it out of the shop. We traced the floor pattern, cut the floor pattern. About 2 hours later, if that, went to pull it back into the shop and it wouldn't start. So I had to jump it. I tried everything. I thought maybe a door was open, a door, whatever. So then I backed it into the shop. I turned it off, started right back up again. So it seems like to me that some of the newer transits, maybe Helen might know this, like, is there something that would prevent your car from starting, your van from starting? Like, I started it, moved it, had to jump it to pull it back in. It's really weird. So I like the Transit too. There you go. I watched you and Bernadette's video on the differences between the Ford and the ProMaster, leaning more towards the Transit. Interesting. Yeah, news to me. Poor ground connection. When I jumped it, her ground is underneath the driver's seat. I'll have to check that. It's been a while since we joined Tuesday. It's been a while, Dawn. Good to see you. Dawn, are you guys planning on coming down for the meetup this year? It would be so cool. Stephanie is in the house. Stephanie, we were just talking about your dad. Yeah, if I don't run it for the first time in a day for a while, it needs jump the next time. If I don't run it, it's so weird. So we got to figure this out. ProMasters are better than Transits. Oh no. We're going to have a battle. People ask me that question all the time. That's one of my top 5 asked questions. Do I recommend Transit, ProMaster, or Sprinter? And I don't think we'll make it to the meetup. Everybody in here is pouting. Everybody likes our Canadian friend, not just because she brings moose milk. We've got some Canadian people coming this year. Go Chevy. I'll tell you what, if you guys don't follow Daphne the Blind Dog on Instagram, you missed Maxwell in his St. Patrick's Day hat. So you got to go check that out. As I drive it, I will get messages on the dash saying power issues. Okay, so I will check your battery cables. I will check your the terminals to make sure those are all tight. We will find this. I did not know that you were getting that error. We will definitely find this. All right. Lorena saying, no, Dawn, that's a bummer. Dawn, you'll be missed. That sucks for a new van. Curious to know if the connections are loose. That's right. Say that 100,000 miles. Say that at 100,000 miles. I'll tell you what, I am just saying this. ProMaster has been known to have transmission problems. Transit has been known to have problems. I think any vehicle that you buy has the potential to have an issue. ProMaster, obviously, after all those transmission problems, I have never worked on somebody's van that I know of that has had an issue with the ProMaster. The thing that I like the most about the ProMaster as opposed to the Transit doing a build is on the Transit, you've got that the Ram ProMaster's front wheel drive. So the Transit is rear wheel drive. You've got that drive shaft or whatever it's called going all the way down the van. You've got two small areas to mount anything underneath there. And I'm talking about like 11 by 9 by whatever. It's tough. You got to buy a gray tank, really either small or designed specifically for Transit. And that means expensive. ProMaster has a ton of area underneath there. That's why a lot of times you'll see people with generators underneath a Transit or a ProMaster underneath because they've got such a big area underneath there. I love the Transit seats. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is one. My van is 2020 with less than 190,000, less than 19,000. Absolutely. I will work on the Pacific Northwest logo. Okay. Everybody saying hi to Joey's Ford. Good to see you. Good to see you. I have a problem with water dripping down the vent into the spark plug. Throws a misfire notification. Oh, that stinks. That stinks. Power tools. I know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about. All right. Wonder if your battery is good or bad. Well, I think after we check the cables, I think the battery would be the next, that would be the next place to look. Patty A, my mechanic is awesome, and it took him a bit. It's a 2000 alarm put in around 2013. There you go. Yep. Try and make it if you can, Don. Does it have an aftermarket alarm system? We went through 2 years of jumping because of that. Oh, is a calendar in case we can work it out. That would be cool. Let's see here. All right. I wanted to scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything. If you guys have a van build question or just a question in general about Les and Bernadette's van, Cindy's van, Jane's van, just put them in the chat. Put a QQQ. I'm getting all the comments. We've got 42 in the house. How many thumbs up do we have? You guys giving us a thumbs up? All right. From the road with Robert. Welcome in. Welcome in. The alarm was spidered into everything. Had it taken out, no problems. Huh. Wow. I thumb everything. Thanks, Liddy Lou. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to take a second break to say thank you to all my channel members and my Patreons. I really, really, really appreciate the little extra support that you guys give me here on the channel. It is much appreciated. All right. Jonnie says, I would take an amp meter and see which circuit is drawing juice. We have to refresh to find out how many thumbs up. Right. Deborah says, Transit has known problems opening and closing the doors a lot or keeping them open, engages the power module. This has caused battery drainage. And that is true. Because I had a van out at the shop, the one with the ferry door. We hardly ever moved that van. We hardly ever started it. it did have a bad battery in it. And because of that, also we had to jump it several times. And while I was doing her build, we had to replace the battery. Is it better to get a van with no windows and have the kind I want installed? I'll tell you what, for what I charge for window installation, I would have it done here and get the ones you want. If you get factory ones, the sliding door is nice to get factory, but if you want a sliding door that opens, don't know if that's an option at the when you purchase it off the line. Most of the windows, I install a lot of windows here at the shop. It's not an issue, and it's probably cheaper to buy them. Like I get a discount at Van Windows Direct. It's probably cheaper for me to buy them and install them than for you to add them to your order. The only difference would be if you were hoping to be able to finance that charge in with the purchase price. Crystal Green Guy, have a good night there, my friend. The next time it won't start, there's a switch, then you put it in park. If it's not triggering that switch, it's the steering column. Okay. See, and that's what I thought. So I pulled it out of park and put it back in, kind of jiggled it. Vanderro's in the house. She's at work. Saying hi from work. Thank you, Kelly. I did try that multiple times because I felt like it was very odd that it wouldn't start, that it started. I pulled it out of the shop. None of the doors were open, nothing. We cut the floor, went to pull the van back in, and it wouldn't start, Joe. Question from the road with Robert. If you're coming to Q24 this year, think you would be up for the job of adding 2 more solar panels to my RV. Of course, it's not a van, but can pay money to climb on my roof and mount them. If I make it to Quartzsite this year, I don't have a problem with installing solar panels. That's a fine project for me to do. She is not planning on coming this year to. Oh, I'm not coming to O24. That says Q24. Q24 is over. Q24 is over. Did you mean Oregon? I'm not going to Oregon. Try starting it in neutral. There you go. I will do that. Ford Man in the house, trying to show some love and support with both YouTube channels. I appreciate you, Kenneth. It's been a while since I've seen you over here. And me being over there, it's just been so crazy. It has been crazy here at the shop. Met O24. I will not be at Oregon 24. That is, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Les and Bernadette and I were Bernadette and I were talking, and moving forward, I've got a busy month in March and April, but like starting probably in the beginning of June, I am going to start trying to work in the shop, just like 8 hours, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 8 to 4, whatever. And so that I have got some time to relax, regroup, answer emails, check out some live streams, fish. We've been pushing it hard here since I started my business. So hopefully starting in June, I'm going to start taking at least 1 full day off a week, at least, maybe 2. And I'm going to start working like 8-hour shifts or 9-hour shifts. These 12-hour shifts are killing all of us. Good, Jonnie. You need a life besides work. Absolutely. You got to take time for yourself. Absolutely. Fishing is good for your soul. Yes, it is. I actually have an extra fishing pole at home, and I went home Saturday afternoon. My son moved out. I have got no more children at home. And for the first time in 34 years, I have no children at home. And I brought right? Just saying. Yep, she has got a valid point. she's been busy, and coming down here, it's like, we just work. Jonnie, you definitely need time off. Kelly misses you. Absolutely. Ditto. Ditto, Kelly. How is fishing there? Absolutely. We're gonna fish, and we're gonna pull them out. When we catch them and they're this big, these bluegill are bigger than our hands. We're gonna pull them out. We're gonna have a fish fry, and then the young fish, and I mean, because we lost 64 fish last year, there's just not enough oxygen for all of them. It's overpopulated, so we are going to fish it. I was just going to say that Kelly will like that change in work days. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys don't have to tell me. I know. Oh, empty nester like me. There you go. When you've had kids at home for 34 years, when I'm not going to lie to you. Saturday was a bad day. The neighbors, I mean, there's just too much stuff going on out here. Dirty water, the neighbors trying to get van builds done. And my son, I was talking to Kelly, and Adam gets on the phone. I'm here getting all my stuff. I'm moving today. And I'm telling you what, he probably thought I was a nutbag. I just started crying. I was like, I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. But it's tough. He's my baby. So, empty nest. I got a big house too. It's too big for me and Kelly, but the way the market is right now, there's no point in selling it. And I'm not in any mood to move. I'm not in any mood to clean out that basement. Jonnie, you make windmill bubblers that will help the pond. I don't know how much they cost, but not a whole lot, I don't think. Windmill bubblers. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to take a picture of that because I'm going to forget it. I'm going to forget that you said it. And I'm going to look that up. I bet you I know somebody that could make one of them. Could someone please take my kid? Oh, I tell you. I'll tell you, it was so cool. The girls move out. The two girls move out, and they just go and buy what they need, and they're done. I took them two boys shopping, and getting stuff that they're not going to get: curtains and rugs and a lamp and all that kind of stuff. Because boys spend their money on fast food, gas, and video games and Legos, probably in that order. So they're not going to buy curtains. They're not going to buy rugs. They're not going to buy Adam said, do you think we can get a wisp? A whisk. He said, I know I'll make scrambled eggs. It's so funny. So we're happy for them, but doesn't help the tears from flowing. My heart feels for you. And I know you do, my friend. I know you do. Her daughter just left for the Air Force. Yep. Solar powered aerator. That's what I would like to do. Seems like your house would sell fast. It would. I just don't want to, the market's not good right now. Interest rates are high. I don't have, without water down here, I'm not selling my house because it's hard being down here without a shower, without you guys, it's tough. So, and you know how it goes, you can only buy so many wells, and it's just not going to happen. So it has to either clear up, or there'll never be a house on this property, or I'll have a big holding tank. Connie Wade, we have a small pond. We just run a pump from the pond and just spray it back into the pond. It helps aerate the pond. Just plug it in and clean the pump once in a while. Good idea. You could probably put a sump pump in there. Probably just a normal sump pump, and put some pantyhose over it or something. Your baby is awesome, an awesome young lady. Yep. Yes, she is. A ginormous Berkey. I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys, for those of you guys that can't understand, You guys know what those blue RV filters are. You screw them onto a hose, and the water that wherever you're getting it from goes through that blue filter into your van, into your RV. I plugged one of those in today and tried to fill up a bucket of water, and it was super cloudy. And then all of a sudden, the water was barely coming out because the filter is clogged. It's got that, it's that cloudy of water. It's that dirty of water. There is absolutely no way that I can't bring this water into the shop, into a house. It probably clogged fast. It was literally less than probably 60 seconds. It was probably, and the water didn't look, I had to turn it off to get the thing on. And when you open it up, clear will, cloudy will come out, and then a spurt of dirty water will come out. And it didn't take anything. Yes, been working for 15 years. We have a goldfish that has grown into a white carp, 15 inches. Oh, wow. Wow. Now I have a 3/4 of an acre pond. It's not like a small, like koi pond. Yeah, one of those big water containers that use on Petticoat Junction. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the well's been kind of a disappointment. It's been kind of a disappointment. And that's the game. It's a gamble. It's like going to Vegas. You put your money in and you lose. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't even, I guess I don't know what Petticoat Junction is. 10 foot by 16 by 4 feet deep. Oh, that's pretty big pond. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big pond. Mine is 3/4 of an acre, about, might be a little bit bigger, and it's 12 feet deep. You need a natural water purifying system. Yeah, but it's going to get clogged with dirt. I mean, won't it get clogged with dirt? I mean, I've got a bucket out there that I have been opening up the well on and letting it, and it just overflows. I went out to feed the deer, and there was like that much. There was like an inch of mud in the bottom of that bucket, an inch. So, did you see them put gravel in your well? No, no. There's steel pipes in the well. There's steel pipes down there. Um, yeah, they put a big steel pipe down the well. The dirt will settle on the bottom maybe, and then take it from the top. How about another, wait a minute. How about another pond to settle, then pump and filter? Oh yeah. Yeah. And I guess we could do that. Have you watched Green Acres? A long time ago. I can probably sing the song. No. Milo Otis and me, I used to watch Petticoat Junction all the time. There are things you can add to the water to help clean it. Check out pond stories. The pond's not dirty. It's not dirty right now. In the summer, it gets a little green. Not that bad. It's on a spring. My pond is spring fed. So the water in my pond is cleaner than the well water. I'm just going to give you that. No, they didn't put gravel in the well. They didn't put gravel in the well. I've got a well in Freeburg that's 25 years old, 24 years old, that doesn't have gravel in it. I am a little late, but they dig the well deeper. Well, he didn't sound like, he sounded like if he dug it deeper, they could go 650 feet and still not hit clean water or good water flow, because I'm only getting 5 gallons a minute. Can you tap the source of the spring? No, I cannot. It's not on my property. It's not on my property. No. Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask the well guy about putting rock in there. I my friend had a well dug the week before I did. The same people dug it, and she had clear water the same day. So I'm sure whatever they did for one, they would have done for mine. After that, to help Cypher to keep the dirt out. Oh, well, I'll have to ask them. Yeah, because I know for a fact they didn't. The whole water thing is so heart crushing. Hang in there. It is. It is. I'm telling you, I'm just, and the uh, the expense is, it was quite a bit more than a well should cost. My friend got a well the week before I did, and it was $7,000 cheaper. It's like, it's a gamble, and I didn't win. Maybe do some research about dirty water in the well. I did. I mean, I've been looking it up. Some of the articles say you can have dirty water for 30 days. So today, for a brief period, I went out there and I was raking some rock because the ground is settling where they sunk the pipes. And it was a little bit clear. And I screamed, I said, guys, come look, come look. And it wasn't 3 minutes probably, and it was brown again. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So yep. And no matter what filter I put on there, it's gonna clog it. So I can't imagine if they put rock down there that it wouldn't get filled with dirt and solidify, and then I wouldn't be able to get water through there. I don't know. So the water is running now. I'll be praying for clear water for you. Thank you. Yes, it's running. It's on high. It's I got it running behind the clog the rock. Clog the rock. Yeah, clog. I think it'll clog the rock. That would be my thought. Yeah. Um Prayers that it clears up in 30 days or less. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not being impatient about it. I don't even think it is what it is now. So worrying about it doesn't help anything. So there are sandpoint wells that might be better. Not sure how they are done. I know what a sandpoint well is. I researched those. I actually was thinking about doing one. Yeah, call the county health department and see what they can tell you. That might be a good resource. Yeah, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Um, Thursday is a week. I'm gonna call Sam back on Thursday and let him know, hey, it's been nonstop for a week. What's next? So yeah, we'll have to see. So keep the faith. Clear water is coming to you. Yeah. I don't understand how it works. Like you would think after all these thousands of gallons are coming through, you would think at some point either all the loose dirt or whatever would be out, would be, you know what I mean? So, because it's clay out here. I mean, it's clay and sand, and there's not sand in the water, it's dirt. So, I don't know if maybe they hit a mud pocket and not a vein. I don't know. Let's all put it in the universe that the well water runs clear. Maybe we can manifest it. Amen. Amen. I'll tell you what, I mean, there's not a day I go to bed without thinking about it, praying about it. Wake up. I told Les and Bernadette, I said, this is the first day that I woke up where I woke up and I wasn't thinking about the drama with my neighbors or the well. I don't remember what I was thinking about when I woke up, but I must think about it in my sleep. I don't know. Um, yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. And I believe that, it'll happen, but it's disheartening, Joe. It's disheartening, that's for sure. So, and we want to put a couple of tiny homes out here. So it'll clear up. It'll clear up. Get Bernadette dreaming about clear water. I think we should do that. Beginning to feel like you are an Oak Island. Beginning to feel like you're an Oak Island on Oak Island. I don't know what Oak Island is. I don't know what Oak Island is. Drama with the neighbors. I missed that. Yeah. 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 That's a long story. They don't like us. They don't like me. I bought they bid on the property. They didn't bid high enough. I got ripped off. We made a trail. They thought we were on their property, blah, blah, blah. They called Hip Camp and said my sites were too close to them. I mean, it's just been one thing after another. And we are praying for them too. And I talked to Kelly about it. I said, it is. Sometimes it's hard to pray for somebody else that is causing so many issues for you. But honestly, it's like, what else am I going to do? So, yeah, it was on the. I talked about it on the Patreon live stream. Great things are with those who wait. Don't sweat it. Absolutely, absolutely. Our well was here when we moved in. A board moved in. A board well done in the early 50s hasn't gone dry yet. We have a cistern too, nice for backup. And see, that's what I thought. A cistern is just that's just like a underground water reserve, right? Oh, amen. Amen. You know what I said, Kathy? I said I would almost rather deal with the HOA. So pray to get off the negative junk and get along. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, some people are not going to be happy with no matter what. They, yeah, it's what it is. Yep, that's what a cistern is. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have something like that put in. I don't know. It'll get better, all of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like a well, stone walls, holding water fills with rainwater. Nice. I get a ton of rainwater. Yeah, we get a ton of rainwater and we have clear rainwater. Absolutely. And you know what? So many, those of you guys that have been following along from the beginning, which a lot of you guys have, a lot has happened here quick on the channel, on my business. I mean, literally just good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. So if I sweat this bump in the road, I certainly, that doesn't show a lot about, I only like having the good stuff happen. I mean, it happens. It is what it is. And one by one, it's working out. So cisterns may not be legal. Oh, oh, yeah, I don't know. We shall see. When the power goes out, pump won't work to flush the toilet. We can bucket water to flush. I've got an electric backup system, and even though it's 30 amp, these battery banks are 30 amp now. So how did they find out about Hemp Camp? So I'll tell you, we got 7 minutes left. I'll tell you a quick story. The neighbors thought that whatever excavating we did over here, they thought that when it rained real hard, it dumped like 10 inches last year in just a few hours. Their culvert got washed out. And they thought that the excavating that I had done over here caused the drainage to be different, therefore causing their culvert to wash away, which was not what happened. But they messaged me. She messaged me and he called me. And I said, you can come over and I'll show you the excavating we had done. Nothing that we did could have possibly washed out your culvert. So he came over and I don't know if it was just an excuse to come over and check out my place, but he came over. Oh, Teresa's in the house. Happy anniversary. So he came over and we were just casually talking and he asked about the campground. And so he apologized about the culvert thing. Obviously my rainwater does not wash out his culvert. And he said, "Oh, are those campsites for family and friends?" And I said, "Oh, no." I said, "Anybody can stay there." I said, "Harvest Host or Hip Camp or friends or family, anybody can stay there." So he must have reached out to Hip Camp and told them that the campground's too close to their property, and it causes disruption to their livestock. Now, I'm going to agree that he's got livestock, but he's got 2 goats and some chickens. He doesn't have 50 cows. He doesn't have horses and cows and pigs. And when someone says they're disrupting my livestock, I'm definitely looking for more than just 2 goats that live in an itty bitty, probably 10 by 10 pen and don't get to do nothing but jump on top of their house. I mean, to me, as a livestock owner, that's like abuse. So needless to say, the Hip Camp people reached out to me. I didn't even see it because it went to my personal email. So when I did see it on Saturday, I emailed him back and I put a long email. There's other things going on. He doesn't like it that I have a wife. He doesn't like it that I bought this property, blah, 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 blah. So it is what it is. And Hip Camp reinstated because they froze my account. And because Cindy kept trying to sign up for Hip Camp and she couldn't sign up. And I said, "Oh, well, I've already got somebody booked." I said, I'll have to look. And when I saw that email, I thought, you gotta be kidding me. They thought we were on their property, our trail. So they called a surveyor and had the property line had the property line surveyed. I kid you not. When the surveyor was done, I feel like my land grew by a full acre. We weren't, in some areas, we were 30 feet line. Like the guy totally, like they could have put a fence up right next to our trail and I would have been fine. I don't care. But now I just inherited a ton of land that I didn't know was mine. So be careful. His next step is the county. Let me tell you about that. I purposefully built and bought property in a county that has 0. It has 1 rule. You don't have to get building permits. You don't have to get business permits. You don't have to get a well digging permit, excavation permits. I built this 30 by 50 barn, no permits. All the electric at the campground, no permits. There is 1 code in Madison County, and it is sewer. You have to have a permit for sewer, and that is it. And I can tell you, his kennel and livestock are right on the property line. They're probably not 10 feet or more from the property line. If there's an issue, it's them. So I can have a campground out here. I can have, you name it, and I can do it out here. Yep. I cannot dig an outhouse. And I can't, I have to get a permit for a septic tank or a sewer system, whatever I get. So that is the number 1 reason why I bought this property. There are zero regulations. So who cares who marries who? Does he have a wife? He has a wife. We have a similar neighbor type. Feel so bad for this wife. Yep. Yeah. He's kind of a jerk. I don't care. We never see him. We never see him. Like we've got somebody out here that comes by and says hi. We never see the people. All they do is message me. I mean, it's crazy. So, yep. You're all wound up. Time to unwind. Take it easy. Oh, I'm not wound up. I'm not wound up at all. I talk loud. That's what I told his wife. His wife was like, and I said, I talk loud. Everybody that follows my channel knows I talk loud. So, I'm not worried about him. Yep. He just lost his shooting range. Definitely maintain the property line. Absolutely. And make sure their stuff stays on their side. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, all right. Oh, we're the Jonnie army. I know, right? Oh man, guys, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. I am gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go check on Les's hand, and they get Jonnie to round up. She's gonna put a. I told him I'm gonna have a dumpster brought in, and it's gonna go on that property line over there. And that's not to get at them. That's the best place to have it, and it's a straight shot down my driveway. If you pulled into my driveway and you never turned, you would run right into where I'm going to put the dumpster, and that's what a trash truck needs. So are you going to be stringing fence? I know. You know what? I did think about putting a fence up over there, like a privacy fence. The problem is my shop sits at an elevation, so I would still be able to see everything over there. So maybe the dogs wouldn't be able to, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Kenny, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I know you've been busy. Great show as always. Thank you. So guys, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna go check on Les Hand. I'm gonna go see if Cindy needs any help. And we'll catch you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you Sunday on the premiere. Take care, guys.